Can you see the screen?
Hello?
Yes. Hello. Can you see the screen?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah. So here, yeah, I got this email. Okay. That is the email that I didn't refer because it wasn't properly addressed to me. Right. So,
Yes, sir. We are sorry for that, sir.
so now going on to this. Now formatting, of course, I'm not going to go back into the formatting part. Right. So formatting, you need to do that as it is, and make sure like when it is we are referring to we did the first submission was problems, question number 5, question number
Yes,
6,
sir.
question number 6 and 7 in one document, and question number 8 is another document, right? So there were 3 drafts, right? So the first draft, of course, now this is the first draft that we are referring to, right? So in this case, now as I always said, it is the last 3 elements which were need to be marked, because like you are including references, overall quality is being marked, and the instructions, following instructions will be marked. So those are the things that you have to mark yourself. So I'm not going into that again, right? So moving on, so the fifth, of course, like when we'll do a small comparison with your one and the this thing, with the sample. Now, as according to the sample, now here, of course, what you have missed up is we are finding the alternative, right? So I basically need the same thing here. Now, stages of the now, if you consider the answer provided in the sample and compare it with your solution, right? What this should actually be is the stages of river sand, right? Is it?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah. So it should be like that. So likewise, it should be stages of river sand, and then the first one should be material extraction. Better extraction of river sand is good, right? Rather than material extraction of river sand, right? And then the second stage would be, yeah, you can come up with storage, and okay, these 4 steps are okay, right? You have to omit this, right? Don't split it in between. So this is one, and the problem now with comparison to the sample, right? What you have done is okay. And what are these alternatives? In problem number 5, we only need these 2. This is not relevant here. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So this is basically the 5th question. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Right. Okay. And also, and going on to the next part. What is this part? And within stage 1.
The basic explanation.
Those are not needed. Basically, what you need is a small table with all the briefing in it. Now, this is more than enough. Make sure you have to highlight all the topics always, right? So this is actually more than the required, right? You can do some like what you have taken from the internet. You can include in-text citations here. Have you referred the video on literature reviewing and referencing?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you can do the in-text citations here, what you have taken from internet. So this is basically the question number 5, right? And it should be in one page. And the question number 6 should be in one page. Now these are not needed actually.
Okay, sir.
These parts, omit this. Actually not needed. So the references can come here, right? And the references should be marked, right? It should be numbered to make sure the formatting is always done, right? Always remember there is no full stop after a topic, right? Only and always keep on the same, right? Same format. Right, so this is question number 5. There's no other thing that you need to do.
Okay, sir.
And don't keep spaces in between these. And you have to limit it to one page. And the topic should be always going in bold. Right? So this is what we all needed, right? Right? Clear?
Okay, sir.
The one which we all needed. And the page numbers is there. Yeah, it's there. So basically, this is what we are talking about. Awesome. Right? So this is okay. Okay, uh, we'll go to the next part. Yes, what is this? We have mentioned again the alternate. No, this is question number 6. We'll start. Go to the start. Like always, like anyways, here the formatting should be. Okay, the formatting here should be done. Okay, here the formatting is a bit. So then some of the content in the cover sheet is not here. So the content is not fully covered. Right. So make sure to do the formatting of the cover sheet first of all, right? And then here, of course, now we are not doing the fifth question. It is 6 and 7, right? It is question 6 and 7, right? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So we're not
6 and 7.
highlighting this. We do not need to highlight this. It is only question number 6 and question number 7. And for question number 8, it's only this and the last three. Clear?
Clear, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So going a step back to minutes of meeting. Again, it has been exceeded. Right? So I see that there are two font sizes here. Right? Always make sure you have the same font size throughout the document. Right? 16 to 12 or 11. Right? Either thing. So it's limited to one page. Right? So that's clear. And when you are going to the next, right? Now this is the topic. It should be bold and should be in the same color. Right. Now this you have included again the question number 5. This part. This is question number 5 part. Right? So that is not needed here. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So that should not be mentioned here. You can omit these two, right? So we'll look at the sample. How should the question number 6 be? It should be like this: 1, 2, the number of alternatives, alternative to a raw material or alternative to the production or somewhat, and alternative solutions. Next to the alternative solutions, you can have the problem address, which are the problems that will be solved, which will be omitted by using this alternative. Likewise, you have to make it in your one. So if we are going to do that in your one, so it should be only one alternative, right, per question. Now, if we are going to have this here, right? If we are going to have this here, now this should be upon your doing, okay? Like, I won't do this again, right? So this can be a alternative to sand or alternative to production or somewhat what you have done, right? So here the alternatives of course can be uh, like this column will omit this column, right? The problems that will addressed by this is these are the problems that will be addressed by this. So what is the alternative, first alternative that you are suggesting?
Hmm.
That will be focus lag, sir.
Yeah, just a second. Copper slag. So copper slag is the first alternative. So this is one. There is one solution. The other one, what is the other one?
Okay, it's like this, now. There is water and soil pollution in the problem, sir. So in order to minimize it individually, sir, we have divided the categories water and soil. So water pollution in the sand mining is minimized by copper slag and manufactured sand. Then the air pollution will be minimized by bottom ash and manufactured sand. So those are the alternatives to each section.
But you have mentioned two alternatives here. It should be one alternative per issue,
Okay, sir.
right?
So sir, then
So
we should
yeah,
choose the best one, right?
you will be choosing the best one, yeah. But that is for the seventh question. This is sixth question. This is the alternatives that you will be providing,
Yeah, sir, but
right?
Okay, sir.
best alternative is in sense, like for the same problem, the both of the alternatives available. So like, but which is a better option to choose?
No, you can't provide so many alternatives. If so, it should be only one alternative here, and the second should be here, and M should be here. And then you have to suggest that the second alternative is the or the second or the third. Third alternative would be the best option. Likewise, there cannot be so many alternatives. Which are the raw materials that you are addressing as alternatives? It should be basically one alternative that per per selection it should be one alternative. Clear?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Is it clear? I don't feel
Yes,
like
sir.
it is not clear because now here see you have included copper slag, bottom mesh, quarry dust, in sand, and there are about four alternatives for one for alternatives provided in one cell. It should be only one, either copper slag or bottom mash or none of them, and it should be only one, either one of them,
Okay, sir.
right? And it should be in this format: alternative solutions and then problems addressed. By using copper slag, you can reduce the pollution for it can actually affect the pollution in air, water, and soil, right? Using copper slag. So likewise, do the changes. This is it's only around 4 alternatives that you have to provide: copper slag or in sand or uh, let's say bottom mash, and that's another alternative, right? So that's another alternative as alternative 3, which is alternative to sand or raw material. All 3 can be alternatives to raw material. Clear? And the problem should be
Yes, sir.
mentioned. The problem by
Okay.
using copper slag, you can prevent these problems. Likewise, you have to mention what are the problems that will be saved. Right? So basically, that's what actually needs to be done, not this. Right? So question number 6 is also done. It's only 4, actually 4 alternatives that need to be done, and then you have to select either one of them. So you'll be selecting in sand, and when referring to these, which of the alternatives did you refer using this reference? If you have taken it to if you have taken it to refer this part, since example, if you have referred this part from this website or this reference, you can include in here, or else you can have a caption. The caption is, you can right click this, insert caption, table caption, have a colon, and then you can take as alternative alternatives to river and right? So likewise you can have this here. So that's one standard. Always you have to have the same font size you use throughout the document, as well as the same color, right? Okay, so this is how to caption, and so have follow this format. Okay, so now the caption.
Okay, sir.
If there are many index citations, you can include it here, like right. So one by one after the other, right? Like okay, so that is question number 6 is also okay. Now going on to the 7. Where's question number 7? Now, right, question number 7 here. That should be in a separate page, right? Insert page break, right? So you can expand this, right? You can explain more and expand it into half of a page or more than that. Right? So that's what basically needs to be done. And question number 7. Now question number 7, we will reduce the font size to standard font size we had, right? We reduce it to 11, right? So easily it comes to one page, right? Yeah. Now when you are writing such bullet points with so many content like this, make the full use of the space given, right? So you can actually move this to here, right? Here, and this as well to here, and this and this. The main can be set here. Okay,
Okay, sir.
it's a bit more clear. Now we'll refer to the sample. Now what is the sample giving on question 7? Now the question 7, select the best alternative and make an alternative product to overcome the problems identified in 5. Simply, this is right. So simply this should be in this format. First select the alternative, which is alternative 1 or 2, right? Then you can compare with another alternative and say why isn't that alternative taken, and the target problem to solve is the problems that you in question 6 you did provide problems here, right? This part in this area. So
Yes, sir.
for alternative you can mention the target problem to solve. So that problem can be mentioned here and the benefits achieved. Now we'll go to your offer. Here, right? Selected alternative, right? Always follow the format of the sample, right? In the format of the sample, it's somewhat rather like this, right? Always follow the format if the format is given. And why instant? Actually here it should be, if you are selecting MSAN, you should you should like uh, argue on why is bottom bottom mesh or copper slug not addressed here. So that is what the second point means. Okay,
Okay, sir.
why not copper slab and bottom mesh? Right. So we check back into sample. Right. Here as well, it is done the same as I did now. Okay. Always when the instruction is given, try to follow that instruction. Right. So here you can explain the things why isn't it copper slug go bottom mesh, right? Not this, not this. Okay. And the target problems to solve. This is the target problems to solve, right? Have you included the target problems to solve? No, right? So here you can delete this and include why wasn't it copper slug or bottom mesh selected, right? And the next is now the problem. Okay, so having that here, you can include the, if you have selected enzyme, so selected enzyme here, so you can have the problems that you mentioned here in this part here. Clear?
Okay, sir.
Okay, now it is almost the same as the sample report, right? And I say it is quite similar to the sample report. Now the benefits achieved is okay. Now what you have done for the benefits achieved is okay, right? So uh, is this the part of the benefits achieved?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
It is part of the benefit.
okay, then it should be a bullet point, right? And always have spaces. And please do make the same color. Right, question number 6 done. Here you have to explain this part. So question number 7 is also done now. Was it hard? No, right? Now it's
Sir?
clear, right?
Yeah, it's clear.
Yeah. Now going on and the references. Otherwise this should be deleted. Don't keep anything else. Here this should be this first one. First one should be referred again. There is only few content. Go back to the referencing and see how the referencing was done. Now, since you have done referencing for other things, you have to do same the similar way to this first reference as well. Right? This first reference.
Yes, sir. I will change it. Yeah,
Okay, do it. Okay. So and after that you can use have the always have numbering. Or if it is starting continuing numbering, we start numbering and make sure to align it nicely. Right? So we have the reference here, boys. So this is basically the draft question number 6 and 7. Easy, no? It's not that hard. If you have the content with you, it is matter of substituting that, right? So please make sure to have formatting correctly. Right? The cover sheet, of course, there are some contents missing in the cover sheet. So now we have done the question number 6, 7 as well. Now we will go to question number 8. All right, not this, right? You sent me the question number 8 recently.
yeah. Yes.
Now, first of all, we'll go through the sample. The sample says that Question number 8. Show evidence how your product is equal to the original product in performance. Now that means that you have to compare all the alternatives and to show that out of those alternatives, these were the filtering done. These were the limitations, restrictions, aspects, and parameters considered when filtering this, when finding the best alternative, and so this alternative matches the original product, and you have to prove that. That is why literature reading. You can make the new product and do necessary replacements. This is for the first part, like first scope that had, and it all almost changed. So we're not going on that again, right? So we'll go to the instructions that were provided to us afterwards. Instructions online. Right, this. So question number 8 here is this. Do a brief literature survey and show why your proposed alternative is more suitable and perform better than the given product. You have to make a 10 minutes presentation apart from that to show how and why your proposed alternative is more suitable and work better, which means the presentation of the overall project, right? In this step, for this step also you need 5 references, which is 2 journals, including 2 journal papers, right? So here, go to this. Now this is draft 8. This of course you have done, okay, right? That is okay. So now the formatting is okay. Here, right? Do a brief literature survey and show why your proposed alternative is more sustainable and should perform better than the green product. So the screen is visible for you, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now you have provided a long, uh, more than the expected. These are not actually needed, right? These are not needed. We will filter that, right? And go on with what is needed. Yeah. Now here, we can start with uh, the literature review for we show sample. Question number 8 should be basically like this. It is only a literature survey containing the details of the entire project, right? That's it. Like just one, 2 references or 3 references, 2 paragraphs or 3 paragraphs, right? A perfect present, like the perfect literature review should be here. Simply that's what needs, right? So there's no need of an introduction or something like that, right? So here you can have 3 paragraphs, right? You can separate 3 paragraphs, right? Or pro any out of that, right? So anyways, you have to do that in this form. Just literature review, 4 literature reviews here, and then the references, right? Text again should be bold and same color, and this should be always. These are, I think, is this for question number 8? All these references?
There were some references from those deleted.
All right. Okay. Then,
Yeah.
yeah, you limit it and include only the references that are present. Wait, see. Yeah, you have to delete it and remove the references that are not needed. Okay. So, and then have this
Okay.
in a bullet form. Right. So simply, this is what we want for the draft type. Clear?
Clear, sir.
Yes. This is actually what finally I wanted to deliver for you all. So now I hope that you will follow the same guidelines and uh, the things we discussed now. Yeah. So it's not much of a deal, Kushan. It's easy, right? You all have gone out of a track. That's it. You've done work, but you have not been communicating with me properly. So even I can't respond when such emails come, right? So at the end of the day, you have fallen into trouble, right? So get this done, okay? So I hope this would help, right?
Yes.
Yes, okay then.
So,
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 yeah,
what about the reports for the question 5, 6, and 7?
what do you mean?
Should we need to submit a report as we did for the
Question 5, 6,
question
7,
1?
8, assignment 2, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, the assignment 2 should have question 5, it should have the cover sheet, right?
Okay. The
Go to
mark, the report cover sheet and the presentation.
yeah,
The
wait, one second. We'll go to the marking, right? So you should have the now. First of all, you will have to now you are advised to submit wait, this, right? So assignment 2, question 5 to 8, question 5 to 8, coursework submission,
yes.
right? So in this case, you have to submit assignment 2 like the same assignment 1, which has a cover sheet, properly formatted cover sheet,
Okay.
and then the
Okay.
marking rubric of marking assignment rubric 2, which you attach in question number draft 5, 6, 7, but do not mark. Okay, do not mark it.
Okay.
Right, and then we can start with question number 5, question number 6, question number 7, and 8. In only 3 pages is allowed. Okay, question number 5,
Okay.
6, 7. Now, as I explained before, those particular drafts, of course, for each question you can have 1 page. But in this submission, in submission assignment 2, right, it's only 3 pages that you need to have. Only,
excluding the cover sheet and the mark.
yeah. I mean only for questions, the body part. Questions 5 to 8, it should be 3 pages.
Okay.
5, 6, 7, 8. So that you can have 5 and 6 in 1 page, 7 and 8 separately, 2 pages, right? And then the references, okay, as the next page. So this is the Word document, PDF document. You can submit to Coursera. The link will be provided, and the recorded power presentation. And the recorded power presentation, actually, you need to include the link. Once you upload it to YouTube, you need to include the link into this assignment, the Word document. At the last, you can include that the later
So
the
we can
presentation.
upload the video in our own channel and
Yeah, 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 yeah. Send the link.
then submit, send the link.
Yeah, the
Okay.
presentation, likewise the presentation, and you can send the link www.youtube such as, right? Okay,
Okay.
and
Okay, sir.
that should be within the document. Okay, this is assignment 2 document. And the recorded PowerPoint presentation submission email to enter before the same deadline. You can, since you are attaching that, do not need to email it to me, right? But I need the
Okay.
final presentation draft. Once you have corrected the final presentation, you can send me that. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay.
And
Will do, sir.
so those are the things actually that needs to be done.
Oh, yes. Sir, can I have this recording, sir?
This recording, yeah, yeah, okay. I'll email it
Thank
to
you,
you,
sir.
right?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, sir.
Okay then. Okay. I hope it's clear than the before, right?
Yeah, yeah, sir. Now
Yeah,
it's clear,
yeah,
sir.
yeah. I'm actually here to help you, but you all did not communicate with me properly. Right? You should actually respect me and do this dealing. So even
We are, we are, we are really, really sorry, sir, for that.
yeah,
But
that's it. Okay. So anyways, I need every one of my groups to pass this, right? So it's a matter of like getting you all through the line. That's my task. That's my job. So I'm here to help you, and hopefully by the end of this, we'll present a good presentation and good assignment, right? Always try to. Now, my advice is always do the checking, like before submitting, check 2 3 times. Send it to the group members, and every group member go through it. It's your marking, right? You will be getting marks. Since it's a group mark, if one gets low marks, others will get the same mark as well. So try
yes,
to double check the question number, as I said, the formatting, right? Page numbers, references numbering, right? All things should be do not exceed page limits, so that will exclude some marks as a penalty.
yes.
Right? Okay, then thank you for joining again. Right? Hope everyone is clear now. Right? I'll share this through email. Right?
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank
Right.
you very much, sir.
Okay. Okay.